Welcome back to G-Tech Motorworks. Today we've got another common problem video for you on the Seat Leon. Follow me. So we will begin with the common faults on the engine. One of the common faults we've seen here at G-Tech Motorworks, guys, are the injectors. What kind of symptoms will you get if the injectors do fail or begin to fail? So engine lights on, rough running, excess smoke out the exhaust, and just overall bad running of the engine. Quite a common issue. Another common issue we've got on this Seat Leon with the 1.6 TDI engine is also the EGR and the cooler. They're built in one and they sit on top. They usually fail inside and they leak and can also give you rough running issues, engine lights on, and all kinds of running problems. Another common issue on this 1.6 TDI Seat Leon, guys, is the DPF pressure sensor. We see quite a few of these at G-Tech Motorworks, guys. The DPF light will usually come on. They're not so bad for clogging up on these because it's one of the later engines. But we do see loads with the DPF pressure sensor light. Again, can give you all kind of running issues, engine light on, and put your vehicle into limp mode. One of the most common ones though, which I'm coming on to now, with this particular engine, is the electric water pump. So the water pump has an electronic sensor on top of it. Now the sleeve for the water pump always fails on these. We've seen loads of them, we must see them every week. When the sleeve fails, the water pump internally collapses and doesn't pump water around the engine anymore. So you get overheating issues and engine light on and rough issues. And if you drive it long enough, you could actually cook your engine. Now this one is a little bit hard to imagine, but we see it all the time. So I have definitely put it on the common list problem for the engine. The coolant expansion tank, also known as the coolant bottle where you top up your coolant, from factory they have a silica gel bag in there. Looks like a tea bag. Now we've seen this numerous times on the VAG range in total. So not just the Leons, we've seen it in A3s and Golfs and all sorts. But they basically pop, the bags pop, and the silica gel runs around the cooling system. Now that's a massive, disastrous issue for the cooling system because it clogs up the heater matrix. So we'll often get customers saying it's warm on this side and it's cold on this side, or it's cold on this side and it's warm on this side, or my heaters don't work, full stop. Can also clog your radiators up and just basically give you a load of hassle with the cooling system. People usually do end up having it all flushed out, and they definitely usually end up having a heater matrix at minimum. Another common issue on this Seat Leon 1.6 TDI is the vacuum chambers. Now these are inside the rocker cover, and the way they're held together is via a bonding. Now because the engine gets hot and cold, the bonding actually comes away from inside the rocker cover and essentially splits, causing an air leak in the vacuum system, which gives you a misfire and engine lights on. Another common problem on the Seat Leon 1.6 TDI are the turbo actuators. We've seen them quite numerous times here at G-Tech Motorworks where the customer will complain of lack of power or just no power whatsoever. A simple test you can carry out and you can see what the actuator is doing on the turbo. Again, that's another common problem on the 1.6 TDI. So we're going to move on to the mechanical common problems with the Seat Leon. You probably heard this up and down the internet. Dual mass flywheel. So not just the manual vehicles have them, the DSG vehicles also have them. They do fail, and when they fail they rattle and it sounds pretty terrible. With the manual you can feel it more with the clutch engagement. With the DSG it's more of a rattle. So we've seen these quite a few times here at G-Tech Motorworks, so that's another common problem. Another common issue we see with these guys is the mechatronics unit in the DSGs. So one would ask, what is a mechatronics unit? So it's the brain of the automatic gearbox essentially. Electrical issues and solenoid issues within that unit can cause the vehicle to not run, not go into drive, or stick in one gear, which we have seen. So that's another common problem with the Seat Leon. Whilst on the subject of transmission, another mechanical issue with the Seat Leon is the automatic gear lever itself. We have seen these a few times where they basically just stick or fail, like they don't select gears at all anymore. Quite a common issue with the Seat Leon. We'll move on to some more mechanical common problems with the Seat Leon. So you've got front shock absorbers, just basically mainly wear and tear things, but we see these quite a few times on the Seat Leon. Front shock absorbers weeping, sometimes on the rears as well. You also see excessive play on the bottom ball joints with these as well. We've seen that quite a few times. Now another one we really see all the time is the rear handbrake motors. They always seem to seize up on all these vehicles. We have seen them quite a bit on the Seat Leon as well. So you'll go to engage your handbrake and guess what? It won't come off or it won't engage at all. So that's another common problem with the Seat Leon. So we are on to the electrical common problems with the Seat Leon. Now the models which are equipped with the LED daytime running lights, you've probably seen them, they're like a sweeping indicator kind of thing. They are not a separate bulb, so if one of them fails you have to buy a whole new headlight, which is quite bad really, but it's the design of the manufacturer, what can we say. Hope you enjoyed the common problem video for the Seat Leon, guys. Like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. G-Tech Motorworks, Derby's BMW, Volkswagen, Audi Group specialist. Catch you soon.